My name is and I am from Bangalore. I am a mother of two and I have a YouTube channel named Mom Story by Sahana. On this channel, I educate people about adoption in India. And I also run a home based business called Ajis, wherein I provide products which are made fresh for the postpartum care, baby care, and in general the South Indian masalas and puris. I was into corporate as a trainer with insurance industry, and later I got married to the man of my dreams. And then after a couple of years, we decided to build a family. But somehow things didn't work out, and finally the adoption was in our cards, and we went ahead and did adoption. So later in 2020, we also had our biological child, and somewhere after the pandemic had hit, so I got a call from my friend, and she mentioned Sahana, I want to adopt. I'm like, that's a great decision. She's like, look, we have decided to adopt, and we want a certain child. Should have good complexion and should have a certain type of blood group, and similarly some more specifications like that. And this is where I felt like child is not something, adoption is not something that is available, you can just take out of the shelf. So this was the trigger point where I felt like there are so many people who have absolutely no clue how the adoption process goes in, and there are definitely lot of myths around adoption. So that was when I decided to educate people, and that gave me more power and more encouragement to make more and more videos on adoption. So today, after 2 years, I can gladly say, rather proudly say, that I have touched upon more than 100 lives. Last year, I even met one of two parents, rather, two adoptive parents, and they also were very keen on changing the mindset of people. So that is when all three of us together founded Pragna, and I'm a co-founder of Pragna Association, wherein we conduct panel discussion, we create awareness, and we are building our network and trying to break this myth of adoption across the communities, across our society. Talking about the challenges, there are two challenges that I would definitely like to mention. The first thing is the ignorance in the society, that how to adopt, where to adopt, what is the process. That was something which I actually intended to educate, so that I had started doing on the YouTube. The second challenge that I faced was I wasn't getting many views. There were hardly 15 to 20 people who were actually watching my videos, and I didn't know how am I going to make a change, or how am I going to bring a change if only few people are going to watch my videos. That was when I started collaborating with other adoptive parents, other associations, and I started working along with them. Like I worked with Atmaja. Atmaja is an association in Kolkata. So they put up all my adoption related videos on their website. So this is when my channel started getting traction, and there were people who were actually watching my channel, they were watching the videos, and then they started getting benefit out of it. In every phase of our lives, there are people who come in and who go. But there is something which has been constant throughout my life since the last 22 years is my scooty. So the scooty that I own now is my third scooty actually. So scooty helped me during my college days, where I used to travel to college and come back, go out with friends. In my corporate life, because I was a trainer and I had to visit different branches of banks where I had to go and conduct the training. Then this was general thing where scooty helped. Where scooty has played a major role for me is when I started my entrepreneurship, that is when I started Ajis. So this is when I have used my scooty like anything. I go by my scooty, go to market, go to fetch fresh products out of there. Even to go for a general, like visiting different, adoption agencies in Bangalore, I use my scooty. adoption is absolutely a personal decision. But definitely, I will tell the young people, the young couples, or the youngsters these days to educate yourself about adoption. Because you never know, the person you are talking to might be adopted, and you don't know what to talk to that person. Maybe you mentioned some comment which kind of upsets that person. So, educating yourself is very important to build an inclusive society. So that is my message to all the youngsters. And if you want to adopt, please clear all your doubts, meet a counselor. Whatever myths, perceptions you have, just get it clear. What I enjoy most about the thing that I am doing is I am able to touch somebody else's life. That makes them smile and come back to me and say thanks. That makes me happy. That's more than sufficient for me, and that keeps me motivated to keep doing whatever I am doing. For me, Scooty is my best friend. Scooty is my partner in business. Scooty is kind of my go-to vehicle that I would ever prefer.